Hi there, my name is Rushal. I am a third year CS and philosophy student, and here is Log4j at home. So, we're going to look at this exploit. Back in 2021, this huge exploit dropped, affecting about 64% of Java applications that were using this library called Log4j. It's a common logging library for Java apps, and it affected millions of devices. And it's actually a really simple exploit. I've been using this exploit over the past couple of months and just seeing, this came out 4 years ago. And so I just wanted to check if it was still working, and it's very much still alive and well, and I'm going to show you how it works. So first of all, it comes about as a mix of two different things. Property substitution, which is a feature in the Log4j library, and then JNDI strings, which is a Java feature. So this is basic Log4j code. We're creating a logger, and then we're logging the string. Another way that we can use Log4j is using this type of string, where if we take input from the user, and let's say this is what the user inputs, it'll actually use this $ and curly brace string and replace it with, in this case, the home environment variable. And that's called property substitution. And so we're going to get an output that sort of looks like this, where we've got the name of the class, and then our home, and then the actual result of our variable. And, okay, we got some environment variables, that's cool, but what else can we do with it? Well, this is JNDI, it's the Java Naming and Directory Interface. And what it is a protocol that allows Java applications and libraries to call out to some external server to get a resource or a value or some code, whatever. And in our case, we can call out to an LDAP server using the syntax. So just JNDI and then the link, in this case, app name. And what that looks like is normally when we would be using Java and Log4j to write a web server, our user would try and send a HTTP request to us. The HTTP request includes a bunch of stuff, but it's a GET request, and then it also specifies the user agent, so what browser they're going accessing the website from. And Log4j is going to log the entire HTTP request, which actually is something that happens quite often, but in this case was quite insecure, because it's logging the class, which is client, the page that tried to request, which is index.html, but the user agent, Mozilla 5.0, which the user actually controls. And so instead, what they can do is put in this JNDI string where with service, they would use LDAP, and then they would put their own attack server, and they would say, hey, this is my user agent, and the server would try and log it, and in logging it, it would try and parse that substitution string and call out to our attack server using the JNDI protocol. And so I have a quick demo here for you. We've got this, finance looking website. In the username field, we can put in our JNDI string. And so it's saying use JNDI to call out to this LDAP server at localhost 1389, and we can put in a password. And then let me start up a Netcat server that's listening on port 9001. Now, what it's going to do is when you hit login, it's going to try and log the request, and you see we got a connection from our remote server. And I actually, in this case, have downloaded some code that runs a reverse shell. And so I say, who am I? I'm running root, and I have full access to this external server, this web server. And I can do whatever I want. I can create files and let them know that they're pwned. And this is a super simple thing to do. So many applications that are still on the internet today are vulnerable to these JNDI strings. And so what I've been doing over the past couple months is using something called a canary token and just setting my password to be these JNDI strings and seeing what hits I get back. The canary token doesn't give me a reverse shell and everything, but instead is just sort of watch to see if a server parses the string in a certain way that calls out to the LDAP server, I'll get a notification. And it's actually really easy for you to do this. There's a great website called canarytokens.org. Please do not use this on any servers or services that you're not authorized to. But if one were to, you can really easily create a canary token just by typing in your email, and then let's say we put out important websites, and hit create the canary token, and it'll actually give us a JNDI string. And we can throw this in, and I've been using these as my passwords and getting a bunch of hits back. So yeah, let me know if you get any results. Thanks.